activity matrix and a general study of major institutes and universities in Ahmedabad revealed their interlinked history with the evolution of the city itself. Each of these institutions played a major role to develop an academic groundwork for their respective subjects and pave the way to the development of Ahmedabad as one of the leading hubs of higher education in India. National institutes like IMA, NID, and those established by AES, and other institutes like GLS, uh, St. Xavier's College, and PRL, all had significant historical contributions, which in the recent years, scholars and historians have started investigating. But to access this essential database, a lack of formal archive program of institutional archives within their framework has come to light. While some institutions do have formal archives within the campus, others have an off campus establishment. The rest either have an informal archives as a subset of their libraries or currently do not have an archive program. Addressing this lack of archives and institutional archives as a critical program that records each of the academic achievements and contributions, the University Consortium Archives is proposed. It provides independent archival space to the various institutions with a larger shared space within the University Consortium Park. This shared nature of the spaces and facilities further promotes investigation into their collective shared histories, forming a larger historical academic landscape of Ahmedabad. This allows us to further understand how Ahmedabad evolved from the post colonial nation building efforts all the way to what it is today. Atira. Atira was conceived as one of such post-colonial institutions in effort to strengthen the booming Ahmedabad textile industry. Located at the heart of the campus, the Atira complex, completed by Achyut Kanvinde, was designed as a modern icon. Influenced by the Bauhaus and the international style, the original complex is made of pure rectangular forms like objects on a huge site. Playing with these forms, the facade from the northern approach expresses the frame system and horizontal strip windows to break the scale, with fins on the western facade responding to the harsh climate of Ahmedabad. The original plan of Atira complex includes three major blocks. The main building with the formal reception to the complex, the mills which house the large machinery for research institute, and the auditorium with a separate access connected to the main building by the canteen. An additional structure for the labs and an extension bay for the mills was subsequently added. With time, a warehouse is added as an extension to the mills. Additional lightweight structures have been added with no regard to the original order to meet growing requirements of the institute. Among these structures, the RCC frame structure of the main building and the mills allow flexibility to play with larger connected spans that can cater to the massive space requirements of the UCA. Archives of different natures can be housed within the 22 feet wide grid of the main building and the 12 feet grid of the mills. The nature of this proposed University Consortium archives further perfectly complement the historic significance of the modernist structure. The warehouse, with the 24-meter spanning truss roof, is repurposed as an exhibition space that allows for flexible spaces, allowing a periodic dissemination of the curated institutional history of MDEC stored in the archives, along with various exhibitions from other programs within the University Consortium Park. The existing auditorium space with the cafeteria is barely integrated with the current programs of the rest of the complex. With the aid of the proposed public nature of the UCA, Convinde's auditorium gets a second opportunity to reestablish itself as a civic institution in the university area.
General critique. The iconic north facade of the Atira complex till date is honored as the main facade of the campus that caters to the original circulation in the campus, that is north-south oriented. Whereas the south facade has been clearly treated as a back face, with access only through other structures, where these structures are added like scattered blocks on available land at the time of need. The elevation of the extension warehouse that faces the original circulation too has been curated to continue the language of the elevation of the mills. while the back elevation of the same has not been given any consideration. While the north approach ties the Atira complex to the campus, the secluded approach of the auditorium and its receded position makes it appear to be an ad hoc function to the complex, rather a celebrated and integrated part of it. The existing location of the auditorium, even though is immediate to the main multi-storied building, accompanied by a garden for means to gather before and after events, there's a lack of formal connection that acknowledges and celebrates each other's presence. Even though a residential access was opened up that makes Atira campus a two-faced campus, the same treatment to both the facade, however, is not followed up in the building design. By discarding this old circulation, it allows circulation in the campus to flip the order of the campus. Similarly, by discarding the old circulation of the buildings of Atira complex and looking at new circulations possibilities suggested only by the structural members, four nodes reveal themselves at the intersections, two suggesting a south approach and two suggesting both a north and south approach, enclosing the plaza, which becomes the new datum of the complex. These nodes connect to an overall campus circulation through a south to north pedestrian path from the CRC and vehicular access means the auditorium drop off from the south and north respectively. The University Consortium Archives, thus, at the core of the campus, binds the academia, research, and production both programmatically and through circulation, with wilderness omnipresent in its backdrop. Hence, the role of the previous anchor of campus is written back to Karminde's Atira complex.